Hello, good afternoon and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Foxchair, on the shows all there. Afternoon, all there.
Afternoon, mate. How are you?
I'm good, mate. Fighting fit. Fit as a fiddle, mate, yeah? Contrary to rumours.
Vicious rumours, mate. Vicious rumours.
Vicious. Well, we've got the team. The team's McGregor, Tavernier, Golson, Davis, Barisic, Kamara, Raskin, I was thinking about you there, and Cantwell, with Kent, Fashion Jr. and Morelos up front. Substitutes: McLaughlin, Cholak, Sands, Wright, Roof, King, Devine, Lovelace and Rice. Right, okay, a lot of people starting 11, but I think that a lot of the talking will be who's on the bench up there.
Aye, it's a surprise, isn't it? It really is a surprise. But, never seen that coming. The starting 11 you could run about, get maybe one or two here and there every now and again, but the bench, no. It's a surprise. As Fox was saying earlier on there before we come on, there's a lot of youngins, a lot of them.
Aye, and obviously with Jack and Lundstrom being at the starting 11 and out the squad, you know, so we become all of a sudden light in midfield, yeah?
Aye, big Tillman as well.
Aye. Well, I wonder if he's got an ankle knot, yeah?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, the one that the guy should get the red card, maybe. That one we're talking about.
You can think that all there, but I can't possibly comment, yeah?
Yeah.
I've not looked at that team, and because I've seen Cantwell and Raskin, I never even computed that Tillman wasn't starting. There you go. You know? You with us, mate? Well, I'll give you the team. The team is McGregor, Tavernier, Golson, Davis, Barisic, Kamara, Raskin, Cantwell, Fashion Jr., Kent, Morale and Morelos, with the substitutes of McLaughlin, Cholak, Sands, Wright, Roof, King, Devine, Lovelace and Rice. Aye, so I never even computed when I first looked at it all there that Tillman hadn't started, but he's not even made the bench.
I know, so, that's a concern.
You know, but hopefully the boy's all right, and obviously Jack and Lundstrom, if that's your bag, are fit for going forward. I wasn't surprised that Jack and Lundstrom weren't playing, considering if they had knocks coming back in the pitches, mate, if I'm being honest.
It's not the best surface to try and come back for when you're just coming back for an injury. It's not the best surface to play in. It's not the best surface, period. But I wouldn't want to be taking any chances on that, because you really could inflame it even worse than it is. But anyway, it is what it is, isn't it? The team's a team, and who's there. So, but it's not a bad team. That team should be well capable of winning this game.
At this moment in time, mate, that's your best front three. You know, Big Cholak, I know he scored last week, but he ain't fit yet, yeah? So
if you're going with fitness and all that, time played, they're the best. But if everybody's fitting up to game speed, they're no more best. I don't know, in my opinion, they're no. But they other do. And we've got our work cut out the day again. Let's be honest. It's going to be a ticket.
Front three, and at this time, that's for best defensive five with McGregor in goal, yeah? Agree?
Yep.
Right, and people are saying that Raskin, they want to see Raskin and Cantwell playing, so all of a sudden we've only got one place up for grabs, really, and there's people fighting for it, and two of them are injured, so Kamara's the obvious choice, mate.
Yeah, aye. I hope he doesn't play as slow as he played last week. Speed his play up a bit.
Awful. It was awful.
It's just because he's playing slow, mate. I mean, I watched that again. I forced myself to watch that game again, and it's just because he's playing slow. He even puts himself off when he plays slow. He just moves the ball. When he moves the ball, he's a completely different player. It's incredible. I've never seen anybody that goes from brilliant to absolute garbage so quickly than him.
I think you see the best of Kamara when he gets the ball and he's trying to get the ball and go into space. I'm not saying he's somebody that runs and beats 3 and 4 players. What I mean is he plays into the space all day, running with the ball, attracts players and makes passes. That's you see the best of him. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But see that like Raskin and Cantwell, they're players with quick minds. I mean, they don't like what a short thing I've seen from them. They don't like players that hang on to the ball, take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touches. they've made their moves, so they want the ball delivered to them, and they want people to make the run. Like we're asking, once they make the run, he'll hit them with the ball. You'll no waste time. So Kamara they'll no take to him if he keeps slowing the ball down the way. I'm not blaming him for everything and anything. And no, I mean I'm just an observation that he can play it. He can do it, by the way. We've seen him play it faster, especially in Europe, because he could have had some outstanding games in Europe. You're going, that's the way you can play, son. That's the way you need to play all the time. But he's got this thing in his head that he wants to slow the play down for whatever reason, best known to himself. But and that surface today, just pass 1-2s, move, pass, move, quickly, all over the park, quickly, and they'll not come near you. It's this we want to get into a battle because they want you in a battle. That's their game. They want you. They want close and personal with you. They want in a battle. Don't let them come near you. Just pass, move. You know what I mean? Well, it's nothing new in football, is it?
No, it's no. You're not reinventing the wheel. But for me, and they'll play to their strengths. They'll play with a big boy up front. They'll maybe have 5 in midfield with 2 of them with a licence to join in. They'll try and get the ball forward long and early. Try and get it behind the defence where it bounces. And they'll play to the conditions and they'll play to their strength. You'll not see them tilly-tapping about run about the goalkeeper, mate. They'll just get it long. And listen, I know it's no Santa-izing football, but you've got to play to your strengths, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, we know what they're going to do. I mean, every team practically does it to his home and away, but they're going to use that pitch. And rightly so. It's their pitch. They train on it. It's there to be used if you can use it in advantage, and they know how to play it. Us, on the other hand, we've got to pick weaknesses in them. I mean, Martindale, the last time we were at Ibrox turning, says we knew what Rangers were going to do. Down the wings, cross the ball. So we had the guys in the middle who could deal with that. And by the way, 70-odd crosses we had that day, and they dealt with it. No bother they dealt with it. So we've got to look at ways of going, like, okay, you might be strong at that, but they've got to have weaknesses. Every team has got weaknesses, and we need to figure out what the weaknesses are and play to that. That's my problem. We play the same way to every team, and we're too easy at times to play against.
So people have joined us. I'll use the team. People are joining us all the time. Sorry about my English stroke grammar there. The team is McGregor, Tavernier, Golson, Davis, Barisic, Kamara, Raskin and Cantwell, Fashion Jr., Kent and Morelos with substitutes on McLaughlin, Cholak, Sands, Wright, Roof, King, Devine, Lovelace and Rice. The young boy Rice, Bailey Rice, is a 16-year-old. Mate, he's getting to you on the Rangers bench, mate.
It's well done to the boy, isn't it? What position does he play?
Defensive midfielder, mate.
Aye, good. It's good to see the young boys getting a chat. Well, getting on the bench anyway. I'll give him some confidence and boost as well. Plus, I'll give the other boys in the academy confidence and boost that there's a route through to the first team, you know what I mean?
Aye.
And in games, you never know what happens in games, Ox. You know that yourself. Anything, the boy can get on. The stranger things have happened.
Aye. Obviously injuries, or we play well and we're goals in front and they decide 20 minutes to go, let's give this boy, 16-year-old, throw him in, mate. You know?
Give him a taste of it, aye.
Aye, you never know. No putting teams to bed, but we've not been able to do that. We've not been in a situation at all, really. Every game's been a battle. We've not made it easy for ourselves at all, apart from maybe Hearts, and even then, it was only 2-0 at half time when it should have been 6 or 7, if I'm being honest. Aye,
I know. It's for Achilles' heel, isn't it? It really is. It's for Achilles. No, you can't put every team to bed. That's impossible. But the ones we should be putting away, it's the chances that gets me. We've got the chances, we just don't take them. If you've not created the chances, that's a different kettle of fish altogether. That's just the team's not playing particularly well, or the other team you're playing against is playing brilliant defensively. But if you're getting the chances and no taking them, that's what we're talking about. That's really frustrating. It really is frustrating.
All right.
Solution, put the ball in the net.
And get me a players in the box, mate.
Exactly, mate, exactly.
You know, it's not difficult. All right, come and give us a call. Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
All right, so as far as I'm concerned, mate, we'll get my strongest back 5. our strongest in-form front three at the moment in time. Yeah, whatever criticism we've got them all, we're talking about this moment in time. And then in the midfield, we'll get the two new signings that we've all enjoyed, even though, I mean, Cantwell wasn't magnificent last week. There's only one guy missing who's been playing well, that's Tillman, and then you've got Lundstrom and Jack fighting for that defensive midfielder. So we've got a strong team at the day, Albert.
Definitely, man. Definitely. In fact, that could be the team for the cup final. It's not kidding myself on. It could be. But one game at a time. It's this game right now. And as you say, it's a strong team. It's strong enough to put Livingston to bed, put it that way, if they play well. Put them away, no bother. But it's on the day, putting the ball in the net. It's all the things we speak about week in, week out. We need to start solving some of the problems that we've got and looking at weaknesses the teams we play. Biggest weakness we've got is not putting that ball in that net when we'll get the chances.
Mm. So how do you see setting up? Obviously, we'll go to the back four as normally. How do you see the midfield setting up, mate? With Raskin next to Kamara, the same as last week with Cantwell and the sort of in beside the two front players, making it a 4-2-3-1. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, I think it's exactly the same as we played with against Partick Thistle. Exactly the same. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, in the second half, there's some nice football get played. We did play some nice football in the second half of the Partick Thistle game. The first half was an experiment that didn't work out, and fair enough, it didn't work out. At least he tried something. That's what I'm saying. He tried something, didn't work out. Might work out in the future. Who knows? But second half, I didn't think. Apart from that, again, our weakness last 10 minutes of the game. Apart from that, I don't think Thistle were really in the game that much. You know what I mean? They played some nice football, but they weren't hurting us until the last 10 minutes. It's the typical Rangers now, isn't it? It's, oh God, here we go. Just get the ball and bring it down and start passing it. And as wee Robert had pointed out, ridiculous that we had to go to the corner flag against Partick Thistle. It's ridiculous. But we put ourselves in that position, let's be honest.
I get it, and it's not a good watch, but I think in a game of professional football, you're 1-1, there's minutes to go, that's what will happen, you know. They'll just
you've got to do it, aye. You've got to do what's right. Put it that way. And that was the right thing to do.
Correct, mate. I mean, you'd have done the same if it was Barcelona, man. Everybody, you know, you just try to keep the ball as far away from your goal in the last minute to run down the clock. Is it good to watch? No. Do we like doing it? No, we don't. Should we have been in that situation? No, but we were.
That's that. So we got to face up with reality. And we did. Let's be honest, we did. And we got the result. And we're through to the next round. And that's all that matters. That is all that matters. We've got 12 victories out of 13 and the one draw that it should have been a victory. So, all rosy in the garden results-wise, mate. Can't complain. Cannot complain with that. Are we playing brilliant football? Sometimes. Are we playing stinking football? Sometimes. Are we playing mediocre football? Sometimes. We're just one of the teams. I don't know what we're after. I mean, I've got to put my hands up here. I don't know exactly what I'm after now because we're getting the results. If we want the perfect game of football, is that what we're after? Is that what we're all after?
Do you get that, mate?
No, it's impossible. You never get that. I think we're starting to put pressure on the player and the managers to produce something that's not really there. You can have moments, you can have periods in games. Sometimes you can even have long periods in games that you play absolutely brilliant. But you can't expect us to do 90 minutes of brilliance in every game. It's not going to happen. It's not even going to happen in most games. Even when you're playing well, it's not going to happen. You're going to have to boil some part of the game. But hey ho, I need to clarify my mind of what I'm actually looking for here, because I really can't think what I'm looking for now. But we're getting the results. That's the one thing I keep banging on about, and we're getting them. So there is no complaints from me regarding that.
Yeah. Listen, I think if you're in a different position, if you know, with the St Johnstone result up there, St Johnstone up there when St Johnstone Ibrox won it when we won the great, but we won the game, yeah. If we were 1 point in front, you just say that's 3 points to move on, yeah. But because we're chasing and we're wanting to, we know that it's no in our hands, but you're wanting to be entertained at the same time, and the entertainment comes for the excitement if you're close, mate. Yeah?
Yeah. It's called competition, isn't it, mate?
Aye. But we've only got ourselves to blame with these 7 points we dropped, and arguably the mistake we made against them when we dropped the 3 point swing, you know, when at Ibrox when we were 1-2-1 and we couldn't see the game out, mate. You know?
That was criminal, mate. That was criminal.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what we're talking about, the Partick Tissingen. We took it at the corner. With that one there, we couldn't clear the ball. And it's just simple as that. Clear the ball, regroup, get up and get your defensive shape, get the ball after them and kill the game. We just couldn't get rid of the ball. And then Jack does what he does. I don't understand what he was doing, but he did. But that's in the past. That's gone. Mm-hmm. We're now at Livingston away. Let's get into this.
Come and join us, give us your thoughts. I'll give you the team again. McGregor, Tavernier, Golson, Davis, Barisic, Kamara, Raskin, Cantwell, Fashion Jr., Kent, Morelos. Substitutes McLaughlin, Cholak, Sands, Wright, Roof, King, Devine, Lovelace and Rice. Yeah, the young boy Bailey Rice, he's made 13 appearances in the B team, 2 goals, 1 assist. It's a boy starting out his career, 16-year-old boy on the bench. Wow.
Good to see, isn't it? It's good to see. And we've got a big squad, by the way, a big first team squad. And the boy managed to go on the bench. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people say it's injuries and it's necessity and blah, blah. It doesn't matter. The boy got on the bench. Now, if I was a 16-year-old boy, I'd be sitting there with a chest puffed out. Oh, boy, I'm on the Rangers pitch. I'm actually on the first team bench. I've got a chance of playing here today.
Aye? Well, you can't play if you're not on the bench, can you?
If you're not part of the team and the subs, you can't go on. First things first, you need to be either a sub or go on the park. Get picked for the 11. So he's no picked for 11, but he's on the bench. He's got more chance of playing than me and you, put it that way.
I know, but it's not everything's done on ability.
There you go.
Aye. I've got their team. I mean, it looks as if my information is that they'll set up 4-3-3. I don't know. I think that could be more a 4-5-1 with 2 trying to get forward. And I've got 2 S. Kellys in it, if my information is right, for the Fox. George and goal, Penrice, Abalia, Fitzwater and Devlin, Amiga, Kelly and Pittman, Kelly and Abola and Bradley. I wonder if he's got Stephen Kelly playing in 2 positions, or if I've got 2 boys with the same name initials. Anyway, we'll be done by Aussie.
Aussie, yeah.
How we doing, Aussie?
Oh, g'day, guys. How's it all going? All good?
Good, mate. Good. What's your thoughts, mate? What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm just looking at the team. I'm saying to myself, which one out of the Raskin and Cantwell is going to be the sitting midfielder?
Raskin.
I mean, Raskin, yeah. That's what I picked. Because as you saw last week, Kamara can't do that. He can't play that role, so. But other than that, yeah, good to see Fashion back.
And Fashion's became a cult hero, all there, isn't he?
Definitely, man. It's because of the style of play. It's exciting to watch. Mentally watch as well, don't get me wrong. We don't know what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's doing. But it's good to watch. And when he gets it right, it's spectacular.
There is 2 S. Kellys. It's a Sean and a Stephen. There you go. I think Kamara will be sitting in beside. He'll be asked to play the same role as last week again, next to Raskin, if I'm being honest, Audie.
Oh, he can't play that. We saw that last week. I hope he gets the ball and runs out teams, because that's what he does. That's how he plays. He's not one of these players that can sit. But I can sort of understand it because of the surface that we're playing on. But I mean, yeah, it's a bit.
I agree with Ozzy, Albert. When he runs with the ball and he glides and he gives a shimmy and he gets past and brings people into the play, that's when he's at his best, Kamara.
Yeah. Oh, he can play, mate. He can play. I just don't like him, as Ozzy was saying there, I don't like him in deep into the half like Hodden. He's not a Hodden midfielder. He spends too much time on the ball for me. For example, last week there, I counted 1, one point of the game, one particular move, he touched the ball. He would go at the ball and he touched the ball 6 times. 6 times, mate, before he made the pass. In comparison, Tillman got the ball. He touched it 6 times. He got 2 players booked and he set up a goal. Or set up a free kick for a goal. No, I mean, that's the difference. If you're going to touch the ball 6 times, there's nothing wrong with that. But you've got to be effective with it. You've got to have it for a purpose. You've got to get something at the end of it. He just 6 touches, run the boot, doesn't get anywhere, keeps passes the ball and to nothing. And we'll still get the same amount of defenders in front of us. What's the point of that? Whereas if you give the ball to Tillman and he has 6 touches, he's taking players on and taking players out of the game. In fact, in that same move, he got 2 players booked, but they tried twice to foul him.
Tillman has 6 touches, mate. He'll fall, bounce up, drag it back, and go round 2 people. 6 touches.
That's incredible, isn't it? It's incredible to watch.
He's an entertainer. Sorry, Ozzy. He's an entertainer, isn't he?
Oh yeah. I mean, he's all legs. Those legs, they extend out to the ball when he looks like he's losing control. He just seems to be able to get the ball back under control and keeps going.
You're a leg man, old bear.
Definitely, mate. Definitely. I'm not going to expand on
that. We'll go to conundrum. I said the last couple of nights, if we're all fit, I don't see where we play Tillman and Cantwell because I think they play in the same position.
I think the only way you're going to get them into the team is changing the formation. That's the only way you're going to get. And I don't think he's intending to put them on the team like Raskin, Tillman, Cantwell, Lawrence. I don't think he's expecting, and Lowry. I don't think he's expecting to play all the players in the team at the same time at any given time. It's courses for courses. He's already said that. He told Cantwell that when he came. That's what he said. Cantwell said himself. He said he's already told me that there'll be some games you're playing and some games you won't be playing, depending on what's needed for the opposition, to beat the opposition. And that's fair. That's fair, mate. But I think we all want to see them in a one team. But that's like being at school again, isn't it? Everybody, you just pick all the best players for your team and hope it all works out. But it doesn't normally work out like that. So we've got a squad to pick for now, and we've got cover. And we've got formation changes now we can do during the game, before the game, because we've got the players there to do it. So that's the idea with that. I don't think you'll see them all together. I don't know how you feel about that.
I think there'll be times, going through the season that we shouldn't get our creative players on the park if we get our shape right, Ozzy.
Yeah, I mean, it also means that we've got players there that are challenging each other for their shirt, which is what we want, because then it brings out the best in the player that has the shirt.
Competition for places, old bear. Not a bad thing, is it?
Oh, it's a good thing, man. It's a good thing. You've seen it with players who have been coasting, and all of a sudden they get a wee challenge. Oh, different player appears. But Barisic, for is a good example of that. Not just Barisic, there's other players, but Barisic is a good example. The wee boy, what do you call him? Yilmaz appears, and all of a sudden, Barisic is back on the game again. Strange, but that's it. They're professional football players. They're competitive animals. That's why they're professional football players. Not, I mean, they're professional at anything. They're competitive animals, and they've got to have that competition there, or they sit into this dozy state and they get, what do you call it, overconfident. It's going to come. Competition's going to be there all over the park, by the way, all over it. You'll see Kamara and you'll see Lundstrom and all that. I'm expecting all them, their games to be picked up for the rest of the season as well. Now that wee boy Raskins is in there, you'll see all of them all of a sudden want to be the players they can be, put it that way, because at the moment I don't think they're the players they should be. I'm not saying they've not got the ability to do better, but they haven't been shown it.
Aye. When you've mentioned Red Van and you think about it, Red Van and Tom Lawrence, guys that we wanted to see along with Cholak and obviously Ben Davis, the injuries have been unbelievable. Just in the they've 4 signings. We haven't had any luck at all. Aussie, yeah?
No, we definitely haven't had any luck. I mean, we've also got Jack out, and we're not sure what's wrong with Tillman. I think he's been guarded, and also safe for next weekend, so he can run right. But yeah, the injuries we've had this season, I think it's down to the fitness of the players, because if you're not at your 100% fitness, things can go wrong very easily. I mean, that's just my opinion, but that's how I feel. I mean, because if you're at tip-top 100% fitness, you're less likely to get injured because your body's all working in one direction. But if you're not quite 100% fit, things can happen.
If you take Redvance, it's a hamstring. One of the worst I've ever seen by all accounts, yeah. Tom Lawrence was initially an impact injury, which is nothing to do with fitness. Then he's had a relapse coming back for it all. But Ben Davis was a combination of things, and Cholak got injured while he's playing. So the things are all different. You know, if there was, like, everybody was getting hamstrings, you say, or there's something not right here, all better.
You're right, mate. I would rather it be that way. They're all out with the same sort of injury. I'd rather it be that way, because you can then put your finger on it and get it sorted. Maybe it's a training issue, maybe it's the way we're training, it might be something, might be diet, whatever. But the fact that it's so varied, it's difficult. It's really difficult. It's a lot of bad luck there as well. There's a lot of bad luck, but a bit of bad judgment as well, mate. It's going to be labelled at Wilson and Van Bronckhorst, maybe even Beale now. I know so much Beale. Definitely Van Bronckhorst and Wilson. We'll go to lay some of the blame out there, but I'm not saying all it, but some of it needs to be laid there, because these players, most of these players that are injured have had histories of injuries, so it's not like it's a great big surprise.
Of the Ben Davis, Redvan and Lawrence, don't think they have, mate.
Well, Ruth Helander, I'm talking about. Ruth Helander, it's his own suitor. It goes on, mate. It goes on.
I don't know. I need to check it out. I don't know if Wilson was there when we signed Helander. I don't know. You know, he was right at the start of Stevie G's time, maybe second season. I'd need to check it out. But I get it. I mean, we took a punt on Helander, spent a few quid on him, and he's going to leave at the end of the season. And I don't know where his career is going to go, but we know when he played, he was a good player. Suter, by all accounts, we got it wrong. You know, and he's had to get an op, but we'll see. Let's see if the boy gets fit, and you never know, he might turn into be a good signing. If he keeps breaking down, the criticism will go at the recruitment, and they'll deserve it, you know. But you'll not get everyone right, Oz, here.
No, I just hope Suter turns out to be like his brother.
But yeah, the wrong one.
We found the wrong one.
Like the macadam carry-on, that's what they say about the macadam carry-on. Remember that, Ox?
Oh, I mind my granda tell me about it all there.
Anyway.
You know, right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. If you are all right, we'll maybe get an idea about what's happened to some of these players. We're going to hear for the gaffer. So get yourself in mute. We're going to hear from Michael Beale.
Michael, Livingston in the Scottish Premiership this afternoon. What are you expecting from this one?
Really tough game. It's always tough when you come here, no matter what the score, what moment of the game, what moment of the season. David Martindale has his teams fired up and they give everything for their fans. So I think it'll be a tough game. They've got a good home record. Our away record's been good, and our away performances have been. I think we'll need another strong performance today if we want to take 3 points.
And 4 changes to your team this afternoon. Can you just talk us through those?
Yeah, we've had a disappointing week in terms of injury front. Malik Tillman's had a slight problem with his calf and his hamstring. Ryan Jack with his calf as well. That are just the outcomes of last week's game, and no one else has returned to the squad. So we're a little bit light in some areas, but I think we've got a really strong and exciting starting team, and it's important that the boys who have got the shirt really do justice to that today. I'm that shows the strength of our squad, that with the number of players missing, we can still pick a midfield of Raskin, Kamara and Cantwell. I'm excited to see those guys play today.
And in terms of Livingston, what challenge do you feel they will pose today?
I think obviously they make it about the penalty boxes. They're really hard working, one of the hardest working teams in the league. They've got good technical players in the final third, and they like to get the ball in and around your defence and work from there. It's important that we're really strong defensively, and then we turn the tide on them, and we make this game about their centre-backs. We make this game about Alfredo Morelos, Ryan Kent, Fashion Sakala and Todd Cantwell in an attacking sense. And we also have Antonio Cholat and Kamara Roof. Scott Wright's come off the bench. So we've got a lot to throw at it, but we have to be strong defensively.
And you touched on the away form there. It was a really strong performance last time on the road against Hearts. You'll be looking for more of the same today?
That's the template for us away from home. Strong defensively, pressing aggressively, regaining the ball and then getting it to our attacking players nice and quick, and they have to be ruthless in the final third. This game today, I think, will be about the two boxes. It's important that we don't just play good football between the boxes. It's important we go and execute at both ends of the pitch.
Well, thanks for that. Well, there's Jack and tell me about the calf injuries. So a bit of problem with the calves. How did Jack get injured last week? When did he come on? I need to check that out all bit.
Might be in training. Must be hellish on the training games, I'll tell you.
He
put his boots on the wrong way.
You know, he said it was in the games last week, wasn't it? Let me see exactly when he came on. I thought he came on near enough the last minute or something, from memory.
89
I think there might be a few red herrings thrown about here as well.
Do you think it's all a bit for next week? Is that what you're into?
Yeah, I think there's a bit of red herring. Let's keep everybody guessing who's available, who's not available. So the fat Arbs doesn't or fat Australian doesn't know what's going on. Because remember the big blue fence at the Murray Park, Auchenhowie? The reason that get put up. So something similar to that.
All right, we'll see what you're saying, but aye. Let's see where it takes us today. I'm really excited about seeing these two new starters. And he came on in the 89th minute. By the way, Ozzy, you might have a point. If he did come on and get injured, it might be the warm-up. He's not done enough.
I'll tell you. Only your team, innit? Only your team. It's incredible.
He played 8 minutes. I
don't think he touched the ball.
The substitutes are getting
I think
injured.
he did.
It's mad. It's mad, isn't it? The substitutes are even getting injured. He comes on and falls over once in a soft pitch and nearly breaks his arm.
A roof. It was a mud bath. It was. He had done the wrestling on it, and he fell over. Everybody else was up covered in mud. He must have hit the other hard back the whole pitch and not his.
He found the only chucky in the whole place. No, I mean, fell on it. Anyway, it's crazy, isn't it? It's just crazy.
Aye, all right. I'm looking forward to seeing Raskin again. I think he showed us enough last week. I know you've got to give people time, but these two boys look as if they've got something about them, Ozzy.
Yeah, I do like, what's his name? The Pitbull. I think that's his nickname, the Pitbull. So, yeah, I'm also looking forward to him. See how his fitness gets up, because I mean he hasn't been playing much, and yeah, just the way he runs about the field, just the way he moves about the field, and how he's chasing down and everything like
that.
Aye, Albert.
I'm looking forward to seeing the wee guy. Enjoyed watching him last week. I think Ozzy's right. He's got nicknamed the Pitbull and all that, but as Beale has said, he is a technical player. I mean, there's no getting away for that. You can see the way he strokes the ball about, and then his wee chip for Big Cholak's goal just shows you he is a technical player. And I hope he doesn't get a reputation up here like another pantomime clown that they turn him into. You know what I mean? He's this, that, and the next thing. I hope that doesn't start. Seems they've done to Alfie and other players. which they're trying to do with Tillman as well. No, I mean, nonsense. So I don't want him to turn into that. I want him to be the player that he looks like he could be, because he looks a nice player. He really does. I like the way. I like the look of the boy.
So you telling me that we shouldn't be really that worried with Charlie Nicholas, John Hartson, and Chris Sutton and Peter Grant, etc. say about our players? Is that the point you're making, Albert?
That's it. The Gimps, I call them the Gimps. You ever seen that picture? Is it Reservoir Dogs with pull the guy out the boats and he's got the suit on or he's got the leather suit with a chain? A Gimp. That's what they are. They're just missing the suit, but they're all Gimps. There's a lot of them.
Do you think we can see through it, Albert?
I think so. I think they've been rumbled,
Yes, Mr. Beale's got their number.
Oh, definitely. Put one in the place anyway, didn't he?
Oh, well. You can't do nothing if somebody tells the truth, can you?
Oh, I know. That truth's a bugger, isn't it? It really is a bugger. Well, you've spent a lot of time in a club that does everything but tell the truth, no?
Right, how's it going to go today, Ozzy?
Oh, you put me on the spot. I hope that our pressing is high tempo press. We get shots from outside the box, and you never know what can happen to that, because they always pile into the box to stop us from playing in there. So I don't want any of this tippy tappy trying to pass it into the net. So I just want the 3 points.
Aye, that is important to keep my momentum going. All better.
Absolutely, mate. I mean, I want to win every game. I don't care what it is. I don't care what people say about it. No, I mean, it's no this, it's no that, it's no the next thing. I want to win every game. I don't care if it's a friendly. I want to win them all. And if you keep that mentality within your squad, and you keep, as you say, the momentum going, you never know what can happen, mate. It's football. It's supposed to be unpredictable. It's football. Anything can happen. So just let's hope we get the 3 points today. Let's get after them properly.
Yeah. You've got to go out with the right attitude. That's what it's all about. You can't look too far ahead. You've just got to deal with what's in front of you. Ozzy, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can't be looking towards next week, because the game today will pass you by, and we don't want that.
No. I mean, at 5 o'clock tonight, when the game's finished, you can start looking forward to next week. But you've got a game to play all better.
I mean, we need to concentrate. As Ozzy says, today is the day. Don't start looking too far ahead. In fact, don't start looking ahead at all. Let's go on with the day. Let's get this game put to bed. Let's put a performance in the day. Let's get the right result. So next week takes care of itself. So let's leave that alone. You've got to keep focused. And Ozzy's right. If they don't keep focused, the game will just pass them right by. And we don't want that.
No. Albert, how's it going to go today then?
2-0 to the Bears.
2-0. That's the same as what I went for last night. That'll do me. But I'm looking forward to seeing what Todd Cantwell and Nico Raskin do, mate. I'm really.
Yeah.
You know, they've got a bit more fitness under their belt. They're getting to know the players. You know, there's a lot of pluses. They've had a couple of weeks with the squad now. Cantwell a bit longer. You know, he knows last week what's expected. If he get took up because of performance, well, he's been shown like you can. There's no second gear at this club, Albert.
No, it's full throttle. All the way, full throttle. All the time. If you can't handle it, you'll no last long here, but full throttle. Right, I mean, we haven't even mentioned Visa Callum. I think he'll have a role to play today, man. I think he'll have a big role to play today.
So Callum always involved, isn't he? Always involved.
It's the mark. You get my dominoes with that wee guy. He's involved. You know what I mean? He's getting right on about it. I like it, wee man. I really do.
Was he?
And he always plays with a smile on his face. That's what I'd love. He plays with the right attitude to go out there and enjoy himself and do the best he can. How can you not like that?
He gives his all, he gives a lot. Everything he's got, you're getting it. There's nothing left in the locker room. Everything's there on the park. with a big smile. He loves playing for Rangers. I tell you, put it this, Rock, he looks and acts the way that we would all act if we'd pulled that jersey on and walked out into Ibrox or any other part for that matter with a Rangers jersey on. He just loves it, absolutely loves it. And that's the way I would be. I don't know what you use, but that's the way I would be. I can't believe your luck. Can't believe your good fortune of playing for Glasgow Rangers.
Aye, and he's done all right for us. He's done all right the last few months. That's the cat. And I thought he got a bit of a raw deal under Giovanni's, Aussie.
Yeah, I mean, you could see he was on the outer with Gio, so it's good to see him back in the team.
I think they looked at all his negatives. He's no positional there. He runs offside. You know, he's not the greatest passer of the ball. But I think his positives outstrip that all bit.
It is, mate. I mean, we're a very structured team at times, and we play the patterns at times, pretty patterns and all that. And teams are starting to read that. The teams are reading that. It's good to put a bit of chaos on the park. Just introduce a bit of chaos and see what happens. And that's what we Sakala does. I mean, they'll be like that. Okay, we know Kent, the runs he makes. Cantwell, we've studied him. Raskin, Barisic, Tavernier, we know they'll come up, keep the park wide, cross balls. They know all that. They know what Golson can do. They know what Morelos can do. He'll drop half of you, try to bring other people in. They know all that. But you put Sakala in the team, you go, what's he going to do? Absolutely mystery to everybody. Total mystery. All we do know is he'll run like mad and he can score goals. So you need to keep an eye on him. But if you're allocating somebody to stay with him, he's never in the position he should be in. So the guy's now got a dilemma. Do I follow him and leave a big gap, or do I stay in my position? That's what Sakala brings. And he's a good finisher. I like his finishing.
But he just wants to shoot. Well, gentlemen, thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us, Aussie J.
No worries, mate. I'm actually going to go for a. I'm going to go join you two and go for a 2-0. And just a quick shout out to Gianni DeVito, our Andy from Leeds. He's not been feeling too well, so get on the men, mate.
I hope he does. I hope it's because he doesn't like anybody. He's no, you know what I mean? I hope he wants a wee bit of joy, Andy, you know. If you take a leaf out of James from Tennessee's book, it'd be nice to people, shouldn't he?
Well, he should start playing the piano. I prescribe to get you better, Andy, is a large vodka. Get that down your neck, mate. I hope you're feeling better, son.
Here. Get well soon, Andy. Get well soon. We're missing you. Right, okay. This has been Rangers Radio. Thanks, Albert.
No bother, mate. Loved it.
This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back 15 minutes after the final whistle, celebrating the Rangers victory. Take it away, old school boy.
Every Saturday we follow, we cheer the boys in blue, the most successful team in football. We're Scotland's gallant few, though times they have been hard, we're followed near and far. You will always hear us roaring from the stands in Ibrox Park.
Successful team in football, for Scotland's gallant few.
the boys in blue, the most successful team in football. With Scotland's gallant few, who times they have been hard, who followed near and far. You will always hear us roaring from the stands in Ibrox